All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, the Bahanas, the apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. Real quick, Spirit was on me. I heard brothers speaking on the issue, talking about the flooding and the different effects of the weather on the Midwest, and so I went ahead and jumped out into the field. And that's what you saw when I was panning the camera around. I couldn't get good audio, so I did it, afterwards. But here's what you have for a lot of these farmers. This is actually somebody's, as you can see, this is somebody's setup, their operation. This is their farm, and they got the big, nice house, in the middle of the country. Esau's dream. He's a man of the field. Uh, and all these, it's supposed to be soybeans in some parts. Some parts is supposed to be corn. And driving through it, whoever that was, they had at least, $1 million worth of damages, worth of lost food, worth of lost agriculture. And what happens is these Edomites, they buy seed, and it might be a couple thousand, couple $10,000 worth of seed, maybe $100,000 worth of seed, and they have these banks that loan it out to them. But then in situations like this where the soil becomes so waterlogged, or they plant the seed and it's destroyed, they don't necessarily get their money back. So these banks that have that started off financing slavery, financing America, financing these different wars, all these different things, is now making money off of the destruction of its own economy. You know, preying pretty much on Edomites, and it's beautiful, man. But here's the scriptures. I just wanted to jump into the chapter of Haggai, because Haggai is about the curses that would befell uh, Israel if they didn't serve the Most High. And it just shows you curses that the Lord can use, because a lot of these people, when they see these kind of things, because I actually had Esau, following me at a certain point, like I just put up. They don't believe that there are curses about. They don't believe the Lord can, change the actual physical landscape of the world based on His anger. This is Haggai uh, 2 and 4. It said, "Yet now be strong, O Zerubbabel, saith the Lord, and be strong, O Joshua, son of Josedech, the high priest, and be strong, all ye people of the land, saith the Lord, and work, for I am with you, saith the Lord of hosts, according to the word that I covenanted with you when ye came out of Egypt, so my spirit remaineth among you, fear ye not." Because a lot of our people were in fear after seeing the destruction that the Lord brought upon Egypt. Seeing the destruction on that great place. But after a while, that fear subsided. Just like in America, after a while of us not being free, the fear of our people has subsided on who our true power is. It says, "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land. I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts." Yeah, because one thing we have to keep in mind, because these Edomites, right now, they pretty much got a monopoly on silver and gold, precious resources, precious minerals. They've seeked all of that stuff out, and got it early. The oil. Trump just did a executive order speech where he talked about the U.S. is still the number one producer of oil. We still have the number one storages of oil, which, I don't know how true that is, but these Edomites, they've definitely received a blessing with everything that they stole. It says, the glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former, saith the Lord of hosts, and in this place will I give peace, saith the Lord of hosts. Jumping down uh, to verse 14. He said, then answered Haggai and said, so is this people and so is this nation before me, saith the Most High, and so is every work of their hands, and that which they offer there is unclean. And now I pray you, consider from this day and upward, from before a stone was laid upon a stone in the temple of the Lord, since those days were when one came to heap of 20 measures, there were but 10, but when one came to press fat for to draw out 50 vessels out of the press, there were but 20. I smote you with a blasting and with mildew and with hail in all the labors of your hands, yet ye turn not to me, saith the Lord. Consider now from this day and upward, from the 24th day of the 9th month, even from the day that the foundation of the Lord's temple was laid, consider it. Is the seed yet in the barn? Yea, as yet the vine and the fig tree and the pomegranate and the olive tree hath not brought forth. From this day will I bless you. And again the word of the Lord came unto Haggai in the 24th day of the month, saying, right, but you get the point. Now, if these Edomites were as spiritual and if they were as Bible toting as they would like to believe, because they actually, called a large part of this country the Bible Belt, then they would see the signs and they would see the destruction that's being called upon them, and they would repent for the different wicked things that they were doing. But that's not the case. That's why the Lord has all these $1 billion disasters one after another, and they keep ramping up, keep ramping up. I think last year they said they had about 18. 2019, we've already had the bomb cyclone, we've had this flood, and it's still an ongoing process. So this just goes to show you who the Lord is dealing with. He's dealing with his own people and his own men who have been, pushing the corner for all of these thousands of years, but now are receiving this worldwide platform to teach his word. And even in doing that, they're trying to destroy brothers' channels, trying to take out brothers and bring out personal information on the men of the Lord. They call hello Yahweh Yahweh Shai. I was just wanted to drive through and show you, a large part of this area that was actually just underwater. And Lord willing, man, we don't have too much longer here. You can see the destruction. All right. So shalom. Lord willing, it's edified for you.